Hey there, Don Wilson here. First and foremost, thank you very much for your time. I know you're busy, so we're going to get right into it. This is video 2 in a pre-launch series that's going to eventually lead up to AdsCrack Reloaded. So if you haven't watched video 1, make sure you go back and watch it. Video 2 won't make as much sense if you haven't watched video 1, because the first thing we're going to do is actually start off with an update where video 1 ended. So make sure and check that out first. We go through live campaigns showing you this exact dirt slinger niche that you're seeing right here, where we go from zero, no fans at all, to tons of profit real fast. So you can see we've got 18,000 people talking about this. So I show you from the ground up how we did the targeting and how we're making money in video 1. So make sure, like I said, watch that first. And we're going to take off right where that left off. I told you that I was going to show you the updates. I'm going to make updates from this one right here that I showed in video 1. And I'm going to teach you how to do what we call layering. Now, in the first one, I showed you multiple campaigns that made us over $1,000 net. One with fishing, one with the dirt bike one, where we've done multiple different campaigns from the ambulance one, and the actual one right here that I showed you how to do the interest and targeting on is working very well. So let's update this. This actually, depending on when you're seeing this, I'm not sure. This is the very next day from the actual last video. As you can see, it was posted yesterday right here, and we go update it. And we're at 168. Make sure, I'm pretty sure I just refreshed it a second ago. We're 168 sales with $1,966.34 earned before they adjust for hitting way over 50. So it's probably like $2,200, $2,300 or something like that. So let's just take it at face value, $1,900. We got to see how much money we've spent now to make that much. All right. So I just want to first, before we get into the audience layering that I told you I was going to teach you, that allows you to scale campaigns to a lot more money, I'm just going to update you with this last one here. Right here. So we are at $740.58 spend and $1,966.34. So far we've made $1,220 before they adjust any more after that. So it's going to be probably up to $1,500 by the time we end it. You know, $2,000 to $2,500 in net profits. What we're going to end up with, I'm pretty sure. So it's doing very, very well. It's very quick into it. We're going to scale this to a couple different ways, but I want to get into layering. Okay, this is doing very well. This is an update from last one. So you've seen multiple different campaigns that make $1,000 net. Now the thing is, we don't want one-hit wonders. So if we can only make a campaign work one time, we don't want to do it. So the campaign that I just showed you right now that we've seen live grow, we are actually scaling with lateral movements. Okay, it's called layering. Basically, Facebook gives you a lot of different layers, and I'll go into it in a second here, where you can go off of gender is one layer. Age is one layer. I'll get deep into it. Basically, you can take one design that's working profitable, figure out all the interests that work very well for that, and then just maybe flip one thing, like one's male, and then flip it over to female. So this one, I ride dirt bikes to meet women, nurses mostly. Selling very, very well for us. Probably going to make us several $1,000s. So we flip it to I ride dirt bikes to meet men, doctors mostly. Okay, not available in stores. This will sell out. It's the exact same type of thing, but we're targeting women with the exact same audience and interest. Now this one we just fired up earlier, okay? It says April 24th. So it doesn't have enough data for me to go in and case study for it. It may not even make a ton of money for us. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is show you what I call layering, all the different ways you can do it. I'm going to show you campaigns that just recently ended within the last week. It's as close as I can get to right now possible that make thousands of dollars. I'll show you how we scale them from one layer to the next. So let me just hop into a PowerPoint slide. All right. So layers, right? There's different layers that Facebook gives you. This is actually just one of the slides outside of directly from the AdsCrack Reloaded training. So this is one small nugget that's in it. The different layers that Facebook gives you to work with, and if you have a pen and paper, it'd be best to write this down because this stuff's important. And once you understand this stuff at a core level, you'll figure out how to take one campaign that's made $1,000 and turn it into 5 or 6. So different layers that Facebook gives you is one, age. 2 is gender, like you saw in those 2 campaigns right there. One's for meet nurses and one's for meet doctors. One's going for females, one's going for males. Okay, once I've got my audience nailed in, I can flip it from one layer to the next. Location, things are people that are in different countries, people that are in different states, different location-based designs. Interest, all right? I'll tell you right now, this exact dirt bike campaign, I don't know if you noticed it when I was in my ads account, but there's a 4-wheeler one that's at the top of the list of the ads. We're taking that exact same design to other interests that are the exact same type of sport where people get the same base of injury, and it's just the same thing. I ride 4-wheelers to meet nurses. It's a different layer, okay? Then there's behaviors that's newer in Facebook ads. Job type, you can actually target people by workplace. All these type of things are layers that Facebook give you. Major, the college someone went to, the language they speak, the relationship, whether they're married, single, all this stuff is a different layer. Facebook's always bringing more in and taking them away. Now, I don't want you to get too confused with layers. Hopefully, I'm not losing you on here. You saw different campaigns in video one. Hopefully, that shows you how to make $1,000. You saw an updated one that's working right now. You saw how we moved to a gender-based layer. Now, I'm going to take it to another level, and I'll show you a totally different niche. Now, everybody knows that I'm in the dog niche. Everybody knows that I've tried the pit bull niche. I don't know if you followed my story ever. I actually had a giant pit bull page back in the day, but it got hacked, so I basically had to start over. It was one of my stories to struggle. I built this big page up really, really huge, and I was making all my money off of one big page, and then boom, hacked, lost it, and I had to start basically back over from new. Now I've got a page that's about to break over 100,000 fans that we just started new recently. It's called Pit Bull Lovers, and basically the way we've been growing it is by newsfeed for free as a byproduct of successful campaigns. The entire page has grown like the last 40,000 fans for free. We'll get more into that in video 3, how that works. But I had to start back with no fans. So this isn't because I have a fan base or I have these actual ads that I'm showing you right now, they never got posted on my page. This is a direct newsfeed ad on a website click. My fans never saw it. It was going straight to this exact audience. Now, you probably noticed that my fans may never saw it because this is a shirt just for married people. It says, this girl loves her husband and her pit bull. So this is only going to apply to a section of my fan page. And this isn't going to apply to men. This isn't going to apply to single people. It's going to apply to only females that like the interest of pit bulls. Hopefully, if we can figure out people that they own them, that are married. Okay, each one of these is a layer. They're a demographic that Facebook gives us. The reason that people were graph scraping and they were doing well with certain different things is because they were getting a lot of information that Facebook didn't want them to give. And they were basically layering it up. This person liked this one, and this interest, and this one. Now, if Facebook wants to eventually give us that interest, we can use it and we can dial this in further. But right now, we have to play within what Facebook gives us. So to get a very, very high click-through rate on these broad interests, because if I just do pit bulls, I'm only going to get a 2.5 to 3% click-through rate. Even if I have a great design, I'll get a 3 or 4. This one can get me a 5. Sometimes I can get 6. But this has got one layer of gender, one layer of interest, and another layer is married. Okay? I use those exact same layers in my ad copy. Love your husband and your pit bull, you got to get this. Love your German Shepherd, or love your husband and your German Shepherd, you got to get this. Love your husband and your Rottweiler, you got to get this. We have a layer of an interest that I'm changing on that one. All right? So basically, here's the amount of money that we spent. It's $980.48. The money out was $2,296.61. So we had a net profit of $1,316.13. This is as simple as it gets. We measured how much money we were putting in versus how much money we were getting out. We made $1,300+ by simple interests of I love pit bulls and Pirellis with the extra layers of a female-based shirt to someone that was married. So we basically had 3 different layers of things we knew about the audience, made a design specifically for it, and we clocked in over $1,300. Very, very simple. You could have done this without ever having a page in the first place. A lot of these people never even saw my page before ever. They're people I target as an interest. It has nothing to do with it, whether they were on my page or not. This is a brand new broad targeting. Okay, so that's one design. Like I said, this works and it scales over and over. The thing is, we made over $1,000 on that one. But what gets really, really interesting is when we take it to Rottweilers, then we take it to German Shepherds, then we take it to Pugs, then we take it to Chihuahuas, Poodles, and we start turning that 1,300 into 2,000 into 3,000. So let me show you another one right here. Same exact type, but it's Rottweilers. We did the ad the exact same way, but we moved just one layer, which was layer 2, the interest layer. Okay, so I have the same layer 1, female, the same relationship status, married. All I did was switch the interest, and I got the same saying on the design, just a different type of dog. And we put money in of $881.50, wrote the ad the exact same way, love your husband and your layer 2. This is a must-have. Money out, $1,882.49. So that's a total net profit of $1,000.99 because we were using what I call triple layer targeting. We're doing it within the Facebook terms of service. We're making actual layer-specific designs. You can do this with stickers. You can do it with t-shirts. You can do the same thing and go straight to building a list for people that were female specific. And you'll get insane click-through rates because you're getting stuff away for free, and you can build huge lists with this same basis of layer-based targeting. Now, this is something that we teach in Adscraft Reloaded. I get a little bit more advanced in it, but this is a very, very unique strategy that I've never seen people do before. And we're able to take one design or one t-shirt saying that's witty and funny, and if we think like this in advance, we can make all our designs to work like this. And this is what's allowed us to take one campaign that makes us $1,000 and turn it into 3, 4, or 5 campaigns that make us $1,000. So let me just go ahead and show you. There's sometimes, it doesn't work every single time. I want to show you even, I'll get into show you the wackiest one I just got to work recently, and I'll show you one that didn't work recently. So let me just hop right over. There's a wackiest one. I made a couple $100. I didn't pop off $1,000 with this one, but basically all I would do was the strategy on targeting that I taught in the last video, and I couldn't start with Starbucks or anything, but I would start with coffee roasters, and I would start with Maxwell House, Folgers, and I would get bigger brands, and I ended up having the audience of Maxwell House, Folgers, and coffee bean growers. That was my entire audience. And I did the exact same strategy that I came up with the exact same audience and the biker one. And then I used different layers. Layer 1 was gender. Layer 2 was the fact that the demographic was the person was married. And layer 3 was those exact interests. I've done this for I Love It with country music. We've done this with fishing. We've done this with coffee. We've done this with actual dogs. We've done this with lots of different things. And if you can flip out one layer of an interest, you can do it. You can do this guy loves his wife and his pit bull. We've done that. We flip-flop different layers. And sometimes we can get 8 or 9 campaigns out of one design or saying. And we can turn $1,000 into $8,000 net. So here's one that didn't work. All right, I ended up, I did collect some money on it, but I lost money on this one. So I just want to show you that not all of them worked. This one was basically people that were interested. The interests I used were different types of Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Maybe the image is a disconnect. Maybe I should have just done font or text only. I kind of gave up on this niche. And I targeted those type of people that were married, that were female. Okay, it says missing. Husband and motorcycle, reward for motorcycle. It was a funny little saying that I found over on Google. We tossed our own little bike on top of it, and it didn't end up working. Okay, so I wanted to show you that not every time I pull one out, it works too. But that's the goal. You can lose a few times. That when you do win, you can win 3, 4, or 5, 6, 7 times with one single design. And then once you start getting those fans built back up by winning over and over with the same audiences, you can start to build a fan base. Now, I've done this over and over in the dog niche. So I look for stuff that even scales by one layer, because if I can get it to work one layer with the dog ones, I can make a lot of money because I've got some fans, I've got some email lists, and I can boost those posts. So for this, for example, this actual campaign made us several thousands of dollars because we were able to feel safe at night, sleep with a pit bull, and we posted on our page twice. Most all these sales came from our actual boosted post, and we were able to do it over on Rottweilers and German Shepherds, and you get the point. We take one design and we scale it over and over and over laterally through what I call a layer. And the more layers you have, the more you know about the audience before you promote to them, the higher the click-through rate and the better chance of you winning. But that's the goal here. Like I said, I wanted to show you this video, layering. Try to keep it shorter than the first video. It's a very important strategy. Okay, you set stuff up so you can scale it, but when you think of your designs, think of them at a layer level so that when you make one design work, it can move from one interest to the next interest or from one gender to the next gender. And when you hit one that works one time, you can hit 2, 3, 4, or 5. So hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you saw that some of the money in, money out campaigns we made, over $1,000 showed you the interest and all those type of things. You should be able to make sure and watch the first video. All this stuff, you can do it. So the next video is going to logically progress even further. I'm going to tell you how to add even another layer that allows you to make 20 or 30 campaigns from one design, very, very profitable. I'll even show you the stuff that we're doing outside of just physical products with the same methods to make tons on Facebook. So thank you very much for your time. I'll see you in video 3. Opt in for updates, and I hope you have a great day.